What's up, guys? So I've been getting a lot of questions at my school about what exactly is the dark web or the deep web and how does it work and why do people use it. So right now, if you're watching this in Internet Explorer, Chrome, or Firefox, or something of that nature, you're going straight from your computer through your service provider, whether that's Verizon, Comcast, AT&T, and all that stuff. And they're going straight to like Facebook, YouTube, Google, and they're coming back. There's really no middleman. That's a really easy thing to track and trace. Now with the dark web and browsing it, it goes from my computer through like my service provider to another computer in France, to one in Mexico, to one in Brazil, to computers in the United States, all over the country, and which is a much more secure, I guess, or more private way of browsing because no one can see what exactly it is you're doing. Actually, I don't want this open. To see what exactly is you're doing, they can't really trace it. Now, downside to this, if I go here to google.com, this is actually a great example of this, and I actually can't see if this is loading. I'm coming out of the UK as of right now. Like you right, Google UK. I'm coming out in United Kingdom somewhere. Now, if I was to do this again, google.com, and enter. Alright, still UK. So now let's go to Facebook really quick, just change the page. Now, Facebook won't look any different because Facebook is actually one of the first big website companies, quote unquote, to actually have support in dark web. So, if I'm coming in United States browsing the dark web and I go to Facebook, Facebook sees that I'm coming from the United States somewhere in the United States. But now if I go back to Google, it should in theory pop me out somewhere different. Okay, so it's still the UK, but if I was to close this and reopen it, which I will do in a second, it'll pop me out of somewhere else. Okay, so I'm back and I just reopened, closed and reopened up my dark web browser. And now let's see, it should pop me out somewhere different that's not the UK. Okay, so it's still the UK. This is bugging me. A couple seconds ago I was going through France. A couple of days ago it was Brazil. A couple of days was Mexico, Russia, China, Japan. Um, but now this is also really dangerous to do because I'm coming out of someone's computer somewhere, and they have no idea who's coming out of their computer. So if I was to do, let's say I'm hacking, and I use, the dark web, someone else is now getting blamed, because it's being traced back to someone else that has no idea of what's going on. The same goes, if you were to do this, if you, were just to use the dark web and you were seeding on the dark web, I could now be hacking, we'll say Facebook or Google or something like that, and come out of your computer, which means you're now taking the blame for something I did, even though you have no idea who I am, where I live in the world, what my name even is, or what I even did. But you're being blamed for it, and there's actual paper trail, you know, of you're the one who did this. And it could be your grandmother, if your grandmother, is into this whole kind of thing. It could be your dad who's doing it. It could be your neighbor next door, but you're still taking the blame for it. So there's pros and cons to doing this. I don't recommend it. The only reason I'm using it right now is just kind of demonstrate this video and how actually showing how it kind of works because I'm currently in the United States. If I will, I'll close this. I gotta shift this around. I will actually go here, open up Internet Explorer, and go to Google. If I know how to spell Google, and I'm in the normal version of Google, or normal version, quote unquote. I'm actually, the American United States version. So yeah, that's the dark web. That's how the dark web works. To view it, you use a browser called Tor, which I don't remember what it stands for. It's something weird, involves an onion. But yeah, just hope that kind of sums up questions people had, what it does, how it works, so on and so forth. So yeah, check out my other videos, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll post a link to where to download the browser if you're into this in the description. So yeah, have fun touring or dark webbing, I guess. Goodbye.